Before we start the video, let's give you some key points which are all referred to in the video which may be helpful. Firstly, there are now in effect 4 separate iterations of U3AWeb. There is the old display which you are probably using now, which can be used if you don't wish to switch on to the members site. However, it is recommended that you move to the members site as development of the other sites is limited. Then there is the original mobile site, which was used with that old display for when viewing on small screens. Thirdly, we have the new members site, which you can switch on, and you can see how to switch it on at 5 minutes and 7 seconds into the video. Finally, if you do switch on the members site, then the old site becomes the administrator site for those who have got higher authorities. But it should be noted that group leaders are not a raised authority level. Okay, some other points to note are the functionality and interaction by members in the new member site is no different to that in the old site. There might be minor differences in how it is presented though. You will hear mention in the video of the use of web page creator within the member site. And this is a standalone function within that member site, and it's for the simple creation of web pages in a format that suits both small screens and larger screens. What you do is you create the web page in Web Page Creator and then upload it to the member site for display onto whatever page you require. For those members who have got a higher authority level, they can toggle between the member site and the admin site via side menu entries. And you can see this at 26 minutes and 18 seconds into the video. If and when you do switch to the member site, most of your existing pages will automatically display in the member site without designing new formats. However, there are exceptions to this, and they are the home pages, both logged in and logged out, and these are blank on the switchover. And how you address this can be viewed at 8 minutes and 25 seconds into the video. Also, you have additional pages 1 to 20. If you've already used these, they may be fine, but you need to check that the format is displaying correctly. And this can be seen on the video at 36 minutes and 41 seconds. You might find that you wish to reformat them using Web Page Creator. And the last few points to make a note of are existing bookmarks held by your members on their devices for your U3A's URL will automatically divert them to the new site once you've switched it on. They don't need a new address to visit your pages. The member site automatically reformats the display if a user is viewing on a mobile phone, and the blocks will stack one above the other for ease of reading. However, if a mobile phone user changes their telephone orientation to landscape, then the stacked blocks go back to side by side as they would for viewing on a larger device. And finally, if you use the credit and debit card payment system Stripe, then any outstanding monies currently owed by the member are automatically displayed on the member site for that member. You can see this at 18 minutes and 4 seconds into the video. Okay, let's get into the video.
So the idea of the afternoon session today was to take you through the new members site, what it is, how it works, and how you get it moving, how you get it rolling. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen. Right. Hopefully you can all see the screen. It's very easy to switch on the new members site and to start it with. There are only a few things that you need to do. The first thing is to obviously log in, and you've also got to have an authority level to do this. So which is basically administrator to start with. So on to systems details. and once you're there, you want to use, there's a drop down here called Use Mobile Site, and you select, and it'll be set as either as mobile site, which was the old mobile site, or no secondary site. And what you need to do to switch it on is to just select members site.
Chris, can I ask a question there?
Please do.
Does the old mobile site still exist, and is it going to continue existing?
Yes, if you like, it's probably stationary in terms of anything that's any more development to it, but it's still sitting there and still available if people want to use it.
Right. Why would people use it? Is there any advantage? I'm asking because one of our got confused and thought that was what the member site was.
Right. No. The mobile site. Sorry, the mobile site. Yes, is really there's nothing in there that you can't get somewhere else, and hopefully the new one presents it in a much better way than the old one did. So obviously I've still got the wording here, which hopefully you can see. So it says use mobile site, but if it's probably worthwhile because you can change all these descriptions. Perhaps change it to member site might be better to do. But
okay,
it's set up as mobile site because that's how it was before. So all this is the new mobile one is just another option in this drop down. So the other the second thing you need to do is to add an item on the left menu here, member site link. Now that you obviously get that from the side menu, and you just select the one. Now, if you have switched on the so this is the same as the old link to the mobile site, but if you've switched on the members one, it will only go to the members one from now on. So it's this same drop down which says member site, mobile site link. I've just changed it to member site link here, and then it comes on here. Obviously, I've just changed the color there to make it stand out. But so this is the way that if you have any sort of authority level and you get into the what we're calling the admin site, you get across to the mobile site by clicking on this link here. The other two items that you need to do is to set up the home page for the member site and the home page logged in for the member site. Again, these are in systems details. You will find that when you go in, they are blank. So they're for you to set up as you want. Obviously, perhaps when you're testing or when you're starting off, it might just be worthwhile copying across the your current home page logged in and logged out as a way to get started. But they will be empty. So if you put something in, it doesn't matter. You can leave them blank, and and they'll just show blank on the member site. But it's probably best you put something in there. So once you've done those four items, you get into the mobile site by clicking on the link. I've got it too wide, I think. There we go. Now, if once it's switched on, anybody who doesn't have any sort of authority level, whenever they enter into U3AWeb with any logged what's the word? Saved URLs will, whether they're for the old site or the new site, it doesn't matter. They'll always go into the new site, to the member site. So once you've switched it on, everybody goes to the at the first site goes to the mobile site, and we'll also, if you're logged in on the admin site, you will also be logged in on the member site, and vice versa. Once you've logged in once, it keeps you logged in. So for a member, an ordinary member with no authority level, once they're in here, they can't. They will always go to here. They can't get back to the old site. They will never be allowed to go into the old site again once you're switched on. Only if you've got any form of authority level, then you can go across to it, and we'll come to that in a tick. And when I say authority level, group leaders don't have any authority level by default. So unless anybody's a group leader, will always do their work that they need to do on their group pages, etc., on this site, and they can't get access to the admin site. So it's only a group authority people can go across to the admin site.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
When you said the non-admins, as you've mentioned, members and group leaders can never get back to the old site, presumably if you switch the function off entirely, then you can get everybody back. There is a one way back, and that's to switch it off.
Sorry, didn't quite get the question.
You said a minute ago that non-admins can never get back to the old site. That's
right. Sorry, not non-admins. It's anybody. So people with bulk email authority or report generator authority or any other authority. They don't have to be an admin to get back to the site.
Right, but they can never get back to the old site. But presumably, if you switch the whole function off in that system detail.
Oh yes, sorry, absolutely. So if you, as the administrator, go into the other side and switch it off, it will. Yes, it's as if it was never there. You'll be back on the old site. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So now what you see on the site is on the members site is depends on what hardware you use. So that with the old site, it was fixed width, and it didn't matter what screen you were in, you always had the same width of page. With this now, you've got two options really. There's a wider screen format, and that is this one that's showing here, and this is for tablets, desktops, and phones. Probably 99% of phones on when used on a landscape mode, i.e. when you turn it, landscape. And this when this one has it's fixed, if you like, in terms of the width. It's fixed to the width of the page. So it's variable width really. So it will fit into whatever size of screen you're using. Then there is there's the narrow screen for people who use it on their phones, and that's phones on portrait mode. I can show you that. Okay. So this is the phone version of it, and it's different in terms of the way it loads up information. I'll come to that in a little bit more detail, but it's a different view if you're looking on a phone in portrait. And so if you look at it on portrait and turn it 90 degrees, you'll get the wider screen format shown.
Chris, is that all dependent on how you created the home page? I mean, if you use your page builder, that would be true, but otherwise it wouldn't be true. Is that right?
Well, all the other sort of pages, like the I don't know, this the document store, or instance, will perhaps that maybe that's not a good one either. When it clicks over, oh no, it's not. Yes, it does go.
No, I'm really talking about the home pages.
The home pages, the home pages you can create with the web creator or without the web creator. If you do create it with the web creator and put blocks in, the blocks will sit one below the other rather than across the page. But if you create it in systems details like in the past, then it will stay the width. It'll try and fit it to the width of the page you've created, and won't load them one below the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So let's if we start off by looking at the wider screen one, come to the narrow one afterwards. The first thing is the heading at the top will be the same heading as you have in your current system, and you may need to have a look at this because it depends on what you set it up in terms of if you've got a fixed a funny shaped one which fits nicely in the fixed width one of the admin site, it may look a bit strange when you try and when people look at it in a stretched or a narrow one. So you just need to make certain that it works for the new width, but it will just by default it'll take across what you've got and do the best it can to fit it in, but you may need to change it around a bit. Right, so under the heading, you then get a blue menu line, and the blue menu line now is obviously the left-hand menu is now gone. That doesn't appear at all anymore. So everything is controlled from this top line here. So firstly, obviously we've come across logged in, so we're logged in. So the home page here will be the logged in, will be your logged in home page which you've created in systems details, or either there or in the web creator. So that's entirely the format you want it. You can make that however you want to. So the next entry here is if the member has any payments outstanding, which you can pay by if you use the payment by debit or credit card, and there's an outstanding payment, then the second item will be a payment item here, which this one's saying there's a group payment outstanding. It'll on the top line, it'll only put one because it assumes most people will only owe one charge at any one time, but it will allow you to make a group payment so it does it in membership. If there's a membership one, it will take that one first or put that one up here first. If there's no membership, it'll put a group one, and if there's no group one, it'll put an events one. It depends on the priority of those, but essentially they can make a payment from here. Third item is just an item to be able to log out. If we log out, you obviously, if you're logged out, you get the other page that you've created here, if you like, the visitor's welcome page or whatever you like to call it. It's slightly different from the logged in one. You've got obviously be able to log back in again. You've got the home pages where we are. I'll come back to activities and information in a minute, and then you've got the join and the contact us, which you had on the left hand side before, is now here on the top. The join, both the join and the contact us are subject to the country check, which is, if you've got that switched on, the one that will stop anybody outside the UK either contacting you or applying to join. Then there's on the end there's a help which you can set up on you can make that say whatever you wanted to do, just as if you wanted a help page there, which would just be a standard. It's an entry in systems details again. So that's for if you're logged out. So if you're logged in, the logged in is the same here as it is on the other site, with forgotten password, login, and then the showing the password. So if we log back in again, so we'll go back to the. So now we've got the three items here which we didn't cover on the logged out. You've got a personal one, which is has all the information about the member. So it's items such as contact a member, which is these things are set up in exactly the same way as you've configured them on the admin site. So if you put contact a member in the admin site left-hand column, it will be here. If you've not used it and it's not in, it won't be shown here. Next thing down here, you will have we talked about the three possible payment options here of a membership payment, a group payment, or events payment. Or if it will show here, if there's all three going, then you'll have the option here to click on those and make any one of those three payments. The point about the three membership, group, and events are all to do with the credit card accounts that you set up in Stripe. You may decide to only have one Stripe account, and if you do have this only one Stripe account, then when either here or here, you will only have a thing which says make a payment, because if you're paying anything through a single Stripe account, then it doesn't differentiate between membership payments, group payments, or event payments. They're all taken together. So you'd have the payment items here, or if it's the single one, you just have the one which says make a payment. There's an entry here for the like it is in the other one for my groups. My groups.
Chris, can I just ask a question?
Please do. Yes, give me a minute of time. I can take a breath.
On the payments button, can you only use that if you have Stripe? We don't use Stripe. We just use a BACS account for people to pay online. We don't use.
So do you? Yeah. So this is for the member to make an entry. Obviously, if they are paying it through banks, then you're getting that information through the bank directly, and they don't tell you that they pay, do you? So no, you wouldn't see either group or those group items if you just use the back system. Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible then to take that out altogether to stop confusion with members?
It won't appear.
That button just.
If you haven't got the credit card switch,
okay.
Those items won't appear. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So we've got here the my program, which is my groups wasn't it first? My groups, which again is the pretty much the standard format, but now of course it will widen and squeeze it in to give you a bit more, just to make it easier, presented better, hopefully. But generally it's in the same format as it was before, as is my program. Again, program of events. The My Payments item there, again, it will show any payments that the member has made, which is the same as it is at the moment. Link payments, this is the option to actually link with another member, so that one person can pay for two people. Check my details is here again, so they can make a change to their information and update it. My reports, which is something which the report authority person can allocate reports to particular members to particular reports, and any that, if they have any allocated to them, then it will come up on there. This one's got 5 or something added. But if there isn't one, the item won't appear at all. You've then got direct debits. You can the person can create a direct debit mandate here. Now the next one here, admin site. Can you see this drop down? Okay.
Yeah.
You can see it. Yeah. I'm not talking and you can't see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. Good. Yeah. Now the admin site one is there for people with authority, which allows you to click on and go back to the old site. So anybody who doesn't have an authority doesn't have that item, that button, so they can't get to here. So it's the member site link item and the admin site link are the ways to switch between the two if you need to. Then change password here is if necessary. Same as before is here, and then at the bottom it's the where before on the top left it used to say, it said who was logged in and what their number was. It's just put here instead, so people can see it if they need to, but I'm sure they know who they are, so I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Right, so we've got two other columns here: activities and information. In the activities drop-down sub-menu, the group list is always there. You can't switch that one off. That's the only one you can't switch off, as it's always been. It's always present in the admin site. Then you've got other items such as the events and the monthly meetings, the 7-day calendar, that you can switch on and switch off in the side and horizontal menu as required. And then you just switch them off there. Yeah. Then you've got items which are these additional 20 pages which you can generate yourself. These can come in either in the activities section or in the information section, and you set them up in systems details, and the only difference is that you decide in the horizontal menu entry whether or not you put them in the activities or the information section. Other than that, it's exactly the same as the admin site. So any pages you've got set up on the admin site will appear here and will default to one of the two. Whether they'll default to activities or information, I can't quite remember, but they'll go to one, and then in horizontal menu you can swap them around, change them over if you want to. So those three there are all additional pages. On the information drop down, you have essentially these additional pages here. You've got the document store, which is whether you decide you want that one there or not. Again, it will go whether you've got it on the other page or not. Links, monthly newsletter, gallery. Set it up. You decide yourself what sequence they come in the side menu. Sorry. Right. Okay. So you've still got things like the documents, the forms, the leader's guidance. venue information, and then there is the two up to 10 links, which takes you out of the system completely, or you can click on, you can set them up so that you can automatically jump to another page. So you might want to jump to a particular group page or whatever. You can set it up and use this one here or that to do that. Right. Okay. So if we're logged out, you get your activities and you get your information, but it's much cut down. You only get the items that you select to be in the admin setup, either to be shown logged in or not logged in. I'm just going to show the phone site is set up obviously in a different way. You've got the menu comes up on this when clicking on the hamburger here, and once you've got there, then the setup of the menu is exactly the same as the one we've just looked at, the wider one, but it obviously comes out a different format, enable you to select it more easily. I think the other thing I was going to say about it is login. Login is done at login page here. So if you're logging in, you just log in and you've got your forgotten password. Again, it's just the same information, but just presented slightly differently. So, what to say about groups? The group leaders do not get the icons for a group if they are looking at it in portrait. So it's probably quite important to tell them, that the group leaders, that if they need to make changes to their groups, they have to. These pages, the group pages, you only get these icons if you are, because there's so many of them, you can't actually handle it otherwise. So now you aren't able to make the changes. So the group leader needs to be in landscape if using a phone. Right. Questions?
Chris, is there a set of details for the CSS settings for the blocks and so on that we can use? Because I know Nick likes to write his own HTML.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Why? Which bit would he want?
Well, the style settings for the blocks. Presumably, you've got set for different widths. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be some styles that your page writer, your page producer, page designer uses.
Well, I would suggest the best way to do it is if he just sets up a simple one, and then you can print out the HTML and see all the styles and the way it's used, can't he?
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know whether there was a document that I hadn't seen. Yeah.
Well, there is a document for the which is, I'm just put it here. It's about 30 pages. Has everybody seen that? This is. Has anybody seen that? It was originally written by Alan at Peterborough, and then it went over to Tim. Tim took it over to keep it up to date.
Yeah, what's it called? Can you?
Well, I'm reading it here as member site format U3AWeb page and design maintenance for systems administrators / content creators.
Right.
I wonder whether it might. Are people happy with it?
It's the one I've got. Sorry, Chris, the one I draft 3 in April. You said there's more since those? This was April 25.
Yeah, there was a June version.
That was the one that Alan. I don't seem to. Well, I might have lost it. I don't seem to have a June version. But it's got the April one.
Okay, I will get to send it out again.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'd be grateful. Thank you.
I do remember seeing it at some time last year.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Right. Yeah. I will.
I've got one that sounds very similar from August 25, which is the web page design and maintenance for system admins and content creators using web.
You've got an August 25. Oh, right. I got the wrong one out. So but I'll tell you what. I'll get Tim to send it to everybody, so you get a feel for it. Is everybody happy with the setting the members site up? Because I think it's I probably made it more complicated than it needs to be, really. But I think it's easy. It's certainly easy to switch it on, and then thereafter, then play with it in your test system. Has everybody got the test systems working?
Yeah.
That's good. Well.
Sorry, Chris, I have a question about the setup of the additional pages. We currently use the 1 to 10.
Yeah.
You've got 11 to 20.
Yeah.
So if we are developing this, do we have to change the 1 to 10s, or do we change the 11 to 20s to make the system?
What obviously, if you're the 1 to 20s are all the same. They're just and so you can do what you like with the 1 to 20s. If you are sort of setting up new ones, maybe yeah, you can use ones that you haven't used before. But if you're using it in the website creator.
But as part of the test system, if we wanted to trial the new pages, the new setup of the web creator, and set up various pages and do them as you intended, then we wanted to switch that back because whatever reason they've decided to switch back. That all those pages would have changed format for the new system. How do you get the old one back?
No, the idea of the the idea of the web creator is that you can use it anywhere you like. It'll work in the old site, and the new site, because essentially all it is it creates an entry in the additional page 10 or 11 or 20 or whatever number you use, and you can go in there in systems details and change it if you want to. The only reason not to do that is that obviously if you've done that, the web page creator is working on it still has got the old one which it's created the actual page from. So but you can make changes in there. So there's basically it ends up as HTML. Either way, it just ends up as a load of HTML which you can fiddle around with if you want to. So you can fiddle around with it in absolutely raw HTML. You can fiddle around with it in the text editor sort of one, or you can change it in the web page creator, which tries to just do a little bit more in terms of helping you format pages. So it's not it's not. The only one is that if you've already got pages, let's say number 1, you can't then take number 1 and put it into the web page creator, because the web page creator works separately, if you like, and then once you've decided what you want, it drops it into the additional page 1 or 2 or whatever it is. But once it's there, anytime you want to make any changes, you make the changes in Web Page Creator and then just export it.
Yeah, what you just said is Web Page Creator effectively overwrites the previous content, the old version.
Do you want me to just give you? Would it be help? I think it might be worthwhile doing a session on it, but